Welcome back, third grade scientists. Today, we are going to review all the vocabulary words you've learned throughout this unit, Unit 5, on human senses and movement. Please, I encourage you to use this video as a study tool for your unit assessment this week. So let's get going. This week, you will review and assess your learning from Unit 5 on human senses and movement. In this video, you will have the opportunity to assess your knowledge of the key vocabulary from this unit of study. Here we go. Just a quick reminder, we are going to review both academic and content vocabulary. Academic are the words that you find in the questions and focuses from the lessons. The content words will be specific to the human senses and movement. First, let's take a look at some academic vocabulary we learned during this unit. These are 5 words we're going to review. We're going to think about the word and see if you can explain what it means or come up with an example. The word function. I'll give you an example to help you. We use the umbrella as an example for function, thinking about what an umbrella is used for. What does the word function mean? If you said that function is the purpose or role an object or person fulfills or is suited for, you would be correct. Just like the example of the umbrella, its function is to keep you dry and protected in the rain. Enable. Use part of the word to help you with the meaning of the word. Is there a word embedded in this word that can help you remember its meaning? If you said enable means to give power or to make able, you would be correct. How about the word relate? Think about your family members and the connections you have between them. The word relate means to see or find connections between or link. Find a way that 2 or more things have a connection or make sense to each other. How about the word differentiate? This is another word that we can use, a word that's embedded inside the word differentiate to help us with its meaning. What word do you see or can you find within the word differentiate that may help you with its meaning? If you said differentiate means to perceive differences or distinctions between, you would be correct. You see the word different within differentiate? That's all differentiate means, is to find the differences between 2 or more things. How about the word summarize? You may have used this during your ELA or reading and writing lessons when reading and being asked to retell a story. Summarize means to restate in a short or concise form. Good job. Let's move on to content vocabulary. Let's review some of the important content words for this unit's lessons. I'm going to show you some of the examples, and you're going to see if you can remember the content word that goes with the example that I show. We're going to look at examples of some of the content vocabulary. Look at the example and see if you can identify the vocabulary word. We will review the words prosthetic, mobility, nerves, vision, muscle, pupil, hearing, impaired, vibrate, and skeleton. What is this an example of? This intertwined web, and this web occurs across our whole bodies. If you said this is an example of nerves, you would be correct. Nerves are any of the fibers that carry messages to and from the brain and other parts of the body. Look at this lady. She's wearing glasses. She's wearing glasses to help her with this very important sense, one of our 5 senses. What are the glasses helping her to do better? If you said they're helping her with her vision, you're correct. And vision is the ability to see or to have sight. Look at this cute little puppy dog. What sense did you use to identify the sound that this dog was making? If you said hearing, you would be correct. Hearing is the ability to hear or sense sound. Here you see a diagram of all of this tissue that covers the skeleton of our body and helps us to move our skeleton. What is this called? If you said muscle, you would be correct. Muscle is the tissue in the body of animals and humans that moves parts of the body. This is the black circle that's in the center of your eye, or the center of the iris of your eye. What is this black circle called? If you said pupil, you're correct. Pupil is the small dark opening in the center of your eye that lets light in to your eye. Here you see an example of all the bones that make up the human body. What is the name of our bone system in our body? If you said skeleton, you're correct. Skeleton is the inner framework of bones and cartilage in vertebrate animals. Here you see a pair of glasses. Someone would need to wear these glasses if they had this with their vision. If they needed help with their vision, then their vision would be impaired. And impaired means to lessen the strength or the ability of. And the glasses would help to strengthen that inability or that impairment and help you to see better. These are an example of crutches, and crutches are used to help somebody who's injured and needs help with this function. If you said mobility, you're correct. Mobility is the quality of moving or being moved easily from place to place, or of having ease and flexibility of motion. This is an example of an arm that's being created to replace part of an arm that was lost maybe by an accident or an injury. What is this replacement called? If you said prosthetic, you're correct. Prosthetic is the replacement of a defective or missing bodily limb or other part with an artificial substitute. This is an example of a stone being dropped in the water, and this rapid movement of the water can be seen in this picture. What is that rapid movement caused by the stone or object being dropped in the water called? If you said vibrate, you would be correct. Vibrate means to cause to move back and forth very rapidly and steadily, which is why the circles are growing at a steady pace out from the center. These are some awesome words around the human senses and movement, and this video is a great study tool. So watch it over and over again. Keep testing your knowledge on these words so that you can do your very best on this week's unit assessment. I wish you the best of luck. Keep learning, growing, and challenging yourself, third grade scientists.